People are going to tell you not to be hard on yourself. And I'm not saying to be hard on yourself in the sense that you think of yourself negatively. But you need to put the negative aspects of yourself in perspective. They'll tell you to have realistic expectations and goals for yourself. Don't give in to that. Besides, what is realistic? Most people vision realistic as working the bare minimum, going home, sitting in front of the TV, and waking up the next day and doing it all over again. And they do that over and over, never pushing themselves, never dreaming. Average people aren't hard on themselves. They never push themselves. They do think realistically. So don't give in to realistically. To be above average, be hard on yourself. Push yourself. Go beyond the limits of yourself. I'm hard on people. I'm hard on myself. And from the outside, some people think I'm a jerk. This is not an assumption. This is not something that I just thought of. I know this. Case in point, after a deployment, when I was still in the Army, we had another deployment upcoming, and my platoon was losing people. We were losing a lot of people, either because they were getting out and leaving the Army, or going to another duty station. They had orders to go somewhere else. But the Army moves forward. We keep going. And as I moved up to the next leadership position in my company, I was going to be leading the squad. This is several years ago when the Army was the Army, and we pushed each other. We pushed ourselves. But I guess maybe we were in this transition period when you couldn't be hard on yourself or even hard on others. But I was. And as I moved into this leadership position, I could hear the soldiers all over the company, because if I wanted to replenish my squad, I had to pull from different platoons and squads in my company. Soldiers didn't want to come to my squad. I thought that was fine, because those who did come or volunteered to come, they were ready to push themselves and go beyond what they were already at. And people realized, though, when we got to that next deployment, the reason why I was hard on others and hard on myself is because I seen the potential in other people. And there's no one so special that they don't have potential, or that somebody else has more potential than others. We all live in this great country where opportunities are abundance. And so the only way you will get to where you want to go, where it is you want to be in life, is to be hard on yourself. And when we did get to that next deployment, soldiers were asking, literally wanting to come to my squad. Why? Because not only was I hard on other people, but I was hard on myself, which means I was going to do what it took to be the best leader. And I was going to do what it took to make others in my squad the best leaders that the Army could ever have. And if I expected my guys to have sharp discipline, I was going to display that in myself. If I expected my guys to shoot expert, you could be sure that I would shoot expert and teach them how to do that. And if I told my guys to be in formation 15 minutes early, I would be there 20 minutes early. And if I told my guys to perform with excellence, you better believe that I was performing better than excellent. This is how you get anywhere in life. This is how you become a great leader. This is how you become successful, is to be hard on yourself. Yes, I am that way outside of the Army now, but I wasn't before I went in the Army. The Army taught me something. I recognized and I realized that the Army was serious business, especially the job that we did. We spent most of our time away from the forward operating base in combat. The Army was serious business. And in our case, it meant life or death. But you know what? Life is serious business as well. And if you want to be successful in your life, that's how you need to think of life. It's serious. And you have to be disciplined. You have to be hard on yourself. Just for a moment, think about someone who just blatantly gets through life, who isn't very disciplined, and who doesn't take life serious. Now, just for a second, do a quick evaluation of where they are in life. Are they successful? Or are they just barely getting by in life? And I'm not talking about just success in life, because everyone gets a blue ribbon today. But I'm talking about someone who is successful in the sense that you want to be successful. Where are they? Are they where you want to be? The top wealthiest people are disciplined people. They are serious. They are hard on themselves and probably hard on others. And when I talk about discipline, I mean to instill in your life a regimen to improve your skills. Where you want to be, where you want to go, to improve on them skills. And to have self-discipline. Self-discipline is your behavior and attitude toward discipline. You have to continually choose to do the right thing for your success. If you're in the military and you decide you are going to make it a career, decide right now how far you want to go. Don't just let it happen, because your leaders didn't just let it happen. They made it happen. And if you are an assembly worker at a factory, decide right now if you want to stay even in that position, or do you want to get outside of that job and go somewhere else? In either case, you have to learn what it takes to make it to where you want to be. That's discipline. That's being hard on yourself, pushing yourself. Figure out what it is that it takes to get to where you want to be. Write them down. And every day, check on it. And make sure you are meeting those milestones. And here's something else that many people don't think of when they think of success, but you're going to stumble. You're going to fall. Just get back up. Even the wealthiest people stumble and have some losses. But be hard on yourself to get back up. Push yourself to get back up. I've had many endeavors in life, and I'm not going to stand here and tell you that I did them perfectly. And the difference in what I've done and some of the most successful people in life is that they got back up, dust themselves off, and started to move forward. The fact is, you're going to suffer loss. That just comes with the territory. That just comes with anything that you try to do. And you may fall flat on your face. It's going to hurt. Anytime you fall, it hurts. There's no way that you're going to stay away from stumbles and falls and hurts. And that's all right. That's to be expected. Just quickly pick yourself up. Don't lay there licking your wounds. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't stay there to absorb others' pity for you. Don't soak in the other people's woes for you. Because if you're going to succeed, you don't have time for that. You don't have time to sit around feeling sorry for yourself and for others. You got to be hard on yourself. The last thing I want to mention is you can't look back. Don't look back. There's a saying in the Gospels that a man who puts his hand to the plow and looks back is not fit for the kingdom. The reason for that is if you are plowing a field and you fix your gaze behind you, you will plow crooked roads. And this is true. This is true in your life as well. If you keep looking back, if you keep allowing those sorrows and those woes to keep you held back, your future is going to be nothing but crooked roads. It's all dead end. It means nothing. And when you get to the end and you finally do look back, it's all going to be crooked. There's nothing disciplined there. You can't think of yourself that way. You have to be hard on yourself. You can't go back to improve anything. You can't go back and celebrate something once again. And you don't have time to dwell upon the past. So just keep forward focused. That's what most successful people do. They are forward focused. And if you keep focusing forward, you will plow straight roads. My grandpa was a farmer, and I remember going out to the fields when he was plowing, getting ready to plant rice or beans. And I thought, wow, how beautiful those rows are. And if you're a farmer, or if you even grew up in the country like I did, those rows, when they are straight, it's one of the best looking things you could see. And I asked my grandpa, even as a young kid, before I even heard that gospel saying, I asked him how he always did that. Even though the disc were behind his tractor, I asked him, how do you always make the straightest rows? And he told me that he never looked back. Always focus forward. And that's what the most successful people do. They focus forward. You got to be hard on yourself. Be disciplined. Invest in yourself and invest in your future.